Hi Yogi, and welcome to practice. Today's sequence is going to be short and sweet. It's a really great bite-sized practice to start your day, to end your day, or to get your body moving throughout the day if you've been sitting. So it's a really great practice when you're in your head, just want to connect back into your body. So we're going to get started right away. So just begin in a tabletop position. Set up your hands well here, so point your index finger straight forward and make sure they're parallel. Spread your fingers wide and really grip down into the ground underneath you. Then as you're ready, step your feet back into a high plank position. Firm your navel up and in, and lift and glide your hips back for a downward facing dog. In this downward facing dog, you can choose to move your body around or settle your body into stillness. And then whatever you choose, really invite a deep breath into your belly, ribs all the way up into your heart as you inhale. And then feel yourself land deeper into your body as you exhale. Just taking a few more fluid cycles of breath here. Then guide yourself back to stillness. Really root your hands down and forward into the ground as you lengthen your hips up and back behind you. For more space, you can always separate your feet out a little bit wider or bend your knees for more support. Take an inhale, lift your heels really high. And as you exhale, bend your knees to a tabletop hover. And soften your knees down simultaneously, really rooting into your index finger mounds. Keep your toes tucked and glide your hips back to your heels. As you inhale, roll forward with a cat round through your spine. So your shoulder blades dome across your back and shift your shoulders until they're over your wrists. As you exhale, open your heart forward and glide your hips back to your heels. Let's do that twice more. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale and lengthen back. One more round. Inhale, roll forward. This time, as you exhale, glide your hips all the way back behind you for downward facing dog. Now I'm going to take those same spinal rolls, but now from down dog into a rounded high plank position. If you need more support, you can always lower your knees down. Otherwise, as you inhale, lift your heels really high and round forward into a rounded high plank position. You can put a bend of your knees for more support or keep your legs straight and long, gaze forward. Find a little baby back bend, cow arch, glide your hips back, and then drop the weight of your head down at the bottom. Let's do that twice more. Inhale, roll forward, high plank. Exhale and glide your hips back. One more here. Inhale, roll forward. And exhale and lengthen back. Keep your hips lengthened back. Connect back to your breath. Inhale, lift your heels really high. And then as you exhale, spin both of your heels to the left and your toes to your right. Put a soft bend of both of your knees. And then once you feel both of your heels grounded, try to firm your entire right foot into the mat and just pop your left heel up. You can either choose to drop your gaze back and really anchor your hips back, or you can also curl your heart forward and gaze between your thumbs and allow your hips to drop down a little bit. So you're in this little pouncy shape. And then really root into your right foot, hug your left knee in, set your left shin down. So it's parallel to the long edge of your mat, and heel toe your right foot back long. So your left toes align with your right arch. Root into your left index finger mound and inhale, reach your right arm up into a modified side plank position. And then if it's too much to keep your left shin parallel to the long edge of your mat, you could also kickstand your left ankle out to the left. But if you can, try to keep your shin parallel to the side of your mat. So you really have to hug everything in to the center. And then see where you can radiate out a little bit more with your breath. Really rooting down into your points of contact and expanding in all directions. Take a big inhale where you are. And as you exhale, reach and extend your right arm over your ear to pause here. Spin your right pinky down, thumb up. Really root into the outer edge of your right foot and stretch your right arm over your ear. Try to take your left shoulder back away from your ear and scoop your left ribs underneath you. And one more big inhale here. As you exhale, spiral your right hand down to the mat. Lift your right heel and hug your left knee in. Flex your left foot and cross your left ankle over your right thigh. So it's a down dog figure 4. With your right heel lifted high, pivot your right heel over to the left. Bend your right knee and drop your hips down. Same action here. You could either drop the weight of your head, or you can also curl your heart forward, gaze forward between your thumbs, and really allow your right hip to wrap on top of your left. Arms stay active and strong here. And then you can keep your right palm down if you want a little bit more. Inhale and open your right arm in a cactus shape. So you really scoop your shoulder blades onto your back. And then you can either gaze down, out, or up, your choice. And one more inhale here. As you exhale, stretch and reach your right arm over your ear just for a breath. Big inhale. As you exhale, lower your right hand down. Lift your right heel, pivot your right heel now to the right, and step your left toes back behind you like a little kickstand. Then take a baby wild thing, stretch your left arm over your ear. Really create buoyancy down through 2 bent legs here. Scoop your shoulder blades onto your back and open your heart up. So really baby wild thing here just to create more space for your breath. Take an inhale here. And then as you exhale, firm everything to the mat in high plank. Take a breath in here. And then as you exhale, bend your elbows and lower all the way to your belly and untuck your toes. Bring your chin to center. Reaffirm all 10 toes to the ground. And then reach your arms back behind you, palms face up. Keep your lower body rooted and just curl the back of your heart up. You can stop and stay here or turn your palms face in and then bind your hands all the way to the inner webbing. Really embrace your own hands back behind you. Keep the back of your neck long and your brow center open, and then puff yourself away from the ground. Feeling this conscious engagement of your back. Take a big inhale where you are. As you exhale, lengthen yourself forward and down. Plant your hands by your ribs. Inhale, press up through tabletop. Tuck your toes under and glide back to your heels. 2 spinal rolls. Inhale, roll forward, cat round. Exhale, heart open, glide your hips back. One more, inhale, wave it forward. And exhale, this time lift your hips back, downward facing dog. Take a full breath in here. And a slow breath out. 2 spinal rolls from down dog to rounded high plank. Inhale, lift your heels high, spread through your back, and wave forward with strong arms. Gaze forward, knees bent or legs straight, and glide your hips back and soften the weight of your head. One more, inhale, roll forward. And exhale and travel back. Inhale, lift your heels high. Spin both of your heels over to the right and your toes to the left. Root your left foot down and lift your right heel. And anchor forward and down through your hands, both knees are bent. You can keep your head relaxed or drop your hips and curl your heart forward, gaze between your thumbs. And keep your left foot strong, hug your right knee in and lower your right shin. Shift your shoulders over your wrists, heel toe your left foot back so your stance is longer and your left leg straightens. Either right shin stays where it is, or if you need support, you can kickstand your ankle to the side. Otherwise, as you're ready, root down and lift your left arm up into your modified side plank. Really taking the time to breathe where you are. Take a big inhale here. As you exhale, reach and extend your left arm over your ear with your pinky down and your thumb up so you create space in your upper neck. Pause and breathe here, really rooting to the outer edge of your left foot and finding this extension through your left side body. Take one more big inhale here. As you exhale, lower your left palm down. Lift your left heel and hug your right knee in, glide your hips back slightly. Flex your right foot. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh and spin your left heel over to the right. Put a bend of your left knee. You can keep your head down or curl a little bit through your heart and gaze forward. Make sure the root of your thumb and your index finger knuckle are heavy here. Wrap your right shoulder blade to your back. You can stay here or inhale, cactus your left arm open. Take an inhale here. Push the ground away. As you exhale, reach your left arm over your ear, pinky down, thumb up. Just hold for a breath in. Exhale, left hand down, left heel high. Pivot your left heel to the left. Keep your left knee bent. Step your right toes back behind you with your heel lifted. Reaffirm your inner thighs in and then blossom your heart open for a little baby wild thing here. So instead of thinking about curling back towards the ground, think about curling up towards the sky. Take one more inhale where you are. And then as you exhale, find plank. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, shift slightly forward, bend your elbows and lower all the way to your belly with control. And untuck your toes. Chin to center, all 10 toes down. Reach your arms back with your palms face up. Keep your lower body active and curl your heart up and press your palms up. You can stay here, turn your palms in and bind non-dominant thumb on top. Draw your knuckles back behind you and breathe here. Take one more big inhale where you are. As you exhale, soften down. Take your palms down to frame your ribs. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, tuck your toes, one spinal roll counting down, hips towards your heels. Just rinsing it out. Inhale, roll forward, cat round. Exhale, cow curl and glide back, downward facing dog, full breath in. Slow breath out. One spinal roll from down dog to rounded high plank. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale and glide back. Let's hold down dog for 3 rounds of breath together. Breathe in. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. And exhale 3. Softly lower your knees down to the ground. And this is where we'll conclude today's practice.